I separate my husband's mail, my mail, or if somebody else's mail came to us from the neighborhood or whatever, that goes in a separate pile. Then I open all my mail up. I rip and shred or whatever the junk mail and I put it straight into recycling. And then my mail that I need, I take it to where it needs to go. Now, I take my husband's mail to his office and then it disappears into darkness, but it goes away and it's not out on the counter.
Welcome to Reframe and Reclaim. We are Courtney Huckabee, a psychotherapist,
and Jen Harris, an interior designer who have teamed up
to reflect,
challenge,
and reframe your mindset in relationship with your personal belongings. Find the reframe.
Start your reclaim.
Welcome back to another episode of Reframe and Reclaim. I'm Jen Harris.
And I'm Courtney Huckabee.
It's that time of year again. It is tax season.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we're in full tax swing. Everybody's getting ready for that April 15th deadline. Mm-hmm. But today we're going to share some tips and tricks for reducing paper clutter. Not only reducing your paper clutter, but getting ready for tax season next year. So getting you ready, prepared. Take the stuff that you're doing this year so that way next year will be easier.
Yes.
Because every year it's the same thing, right? But for some reason, it's always like, what forms do I need? Because you only do it once a year. And you're like, I don't know. What do I need for this? So here's what you're going to do this year. After you have finished your taxes, you are going to make a checklist of all the forms that you need for your own personal taxes or business as well. Mm-hmm. So you can have W-2 and then you can list the members of your household who will have W-2s, right? If you have investments, these are the 1099s or the 1065s or the K whatevers, and have all of those forms set aside and just little check boxes. You can build it in Word, you can build it in Excel, you can do it on your notes on your phone. You know, that's where I kind of have mine. I can check it off every year.
So smart.
And then I'll do one for donations, right? If you have a business that needs mileage, have a mileage sheet. So I recommend doing a digital and a physical checklist. And then what I like to do is print out the checklist. I have a folder set aside for, it's 2026. So I'll make a folder labeled 2026 taxes. I'll put that checklist in there. And granted, I'm not going to come back to it for 10 more months, right? I won't see it till next year, but then it's there. And when the forms start coming in the mail, I have a folder where everything goes and I can check off when it comes in. So I know what I'm still waiting on, because inevitably I get to my, CPA and I'm like, here's my stuff. And he's like, well, where's this file? Did you do this? Where's that file? And I'm like, oh, and then I'm scrambling.
I forgot. I don't know.
Exactly. So then I'm spending my time scrambling, trying to find these certain forms online. So that is something to simplify the process for next year.
So as you're getting all of your documents together and when your tax preparer is saying, where's these forms, you just make a list of those forms.
Yes.
Write it in your Excel sheet, your Word doc, your Google doc, your notes.
Your notes on your phone. That's what I do, because inevitably I'm sitting there with him and I'm like, oh, let me add it to the list.
And so that way we have a list of what I got together, prepared this year. So next year, whenever I start collecting all of my items, I already have this list made that was thankfully done a year in advance.
Yes. And if you do it now, if you're like, I'm going to do it later, you're going to forget again the forms and you're going to be in the same situation.
I like this. I'm doing it now. Just go ahead and make a list for next year.
Yes.
I love that.
So that makes it so much faster, right? And then I like to keep mine in a file folder on my desk. Some people like to file it away or put it somewhere. For me, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. And so if it's something of paper, even when the files come in next year, I'll set it on my desk and be like, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later, because I know my brain. So if it's there where I can just drop it in as I'm walking by, then it's going to get done the first time. It's going to get done right. And then I'll take the time to check it off.
I will say I do a lot of digital tax stuff too. So a lot of companies now are like, hey, download this tax form. What I like to do is I have a file on my desktop.
Yep.
And I just shoot it all over to that file. And then whenever my tax preparer asks me for the information, I'm just, either printing everything off and taking it in, or I'm emailing everything over. So digital file, paper file, but as they come in, I love that there's a place to put them.
Yes. And then this kind of goes into as well, like just general paper clutter. Like that is one of the hardest areas for people to really create systems that work. So today we're going to really be talking about your mail and junk mail.
I love this topic because I have a system.
What's your system?
I actually have a system. Our home has, well, me and my husband have a system that I follow, and he has a different system. But we only check our mail once a week, which sounds like not very frequently, but everything digital now. There's a lot of emails and all those things that are happening. When my husband brings the mail in, because he's taking the trash to the curb, right? So we take the trash to the curb, and since he's at the curb, brings the mail in, and he puts it on the counter. We don't like chat through this. It's just what we do. I separate my husband's mail, my mail, or if somebody else's mail came to us from the neighborhood or whatever, that goes in a separate pile. Then I open all my mail up. I rip and shred or whatever the junk mail, and I put it straight into recycling. And then my mail that I need, I take it to where it needs to go. Now I take my husband's mail to his office, and then it disappears into darkness. But it goes away, and it's not out on the counter.
So do you immediately file your stuff that needs to be filed?
No,
or do you?
It goes to the mail pile in the bedroom that accumulates over the year. So I have the first 3 steps that are great. So I need some help with the last steps.
Okay, so it's just what to do after you bring it in.
Now I have it, and it's like, okay, I got this like really important, investment paper, or there's an event coming up I want to remember. I need to put that somewhere. I may go on the fridge for a couple of weeks so I remember it, or put it in my phone. But yeah, there is a pile in my bedroom of my mail that, doesn't have a system yet.
But you will get there. Okay,
Maybe.
So here's what I do. I'm similar. I don't check my mail every day. It's usually every few days or about a week. But as soon as it comes in the house, I go through it and I do the same thing. I separate my husband's mail, and he has his own little envelope folder where I put all of his mail to go. So that way I don't have to worry about it. And I usually go through all of his like junk mail stuff because he doesn't want to see all that. But did you know that each household receives about 850 pieces of unwanted junk mail a year?
Yes.
And so that means for every 1 piece of mail you do want, you get about 20 pieces that you don't want.
This is so true.
And 44% of those go to landfills without even being opened. Like, it's so much paper wasted. Yeah. Your jaw just
I don't like that because I shred it or rip it and put it in recycling. But it goes mailbox, my hand, recycling without even opening it.
Yes.
But landfills, I don't want that.
So there's certain things you can do. So again, I'll bring my items home, separate them just like you do, and then I will immediately go through and recycle the ones that are junk mail. If it's something that is important, or if it's like a bill that I know is automatically paid, I just have a shred box. So I don't shred immediately. If it's something that's junk, I'll shred it, just rip up with my hands. If it has personal information, I have a bin, and then I do mass. I'll take it to I'll take it to like Office Max or Office Depot, and they charge you per pound to shred. And they have the big is it Iron Mountain, I believe is the company, and so they have the big sealed locked trash bins, and so you weigh your mail and then go put it in there. And mine's usually like $20 to shred it, but to me that is way cheaper than the time it takes.
And the cleaning up the shredder.
Oh my goodness, it gets clogged all the time.
Yes, we have a shredder at our office because we have a lot of confidential information. We want to shred it immediately, make sure it's not out. And I have unclogged and unstuck and cleaned out the shredder, and it's messy. It's very messy.
It is, yeah. And trying to dump it without getting all the little paper shards everywhere, right? They also have like Guard Your ID ink roller stamps that I've used before, and you just roll it and it blocks out all your personal information. So if you want another quick way, you can just roll out your information and then recycle it.
That's really great.
So that's another thing I've used, is Guard Your ID. But there are also, some services you can sign up for. Some are free to opt out of some of these mailing lists. One thing I didn't realize is a lot of companies will sell your information through warranty and registration cards,
Yep.
and also through like insurance and credit bureaus will get your information and send you
Yes.
insurance and new credit card,
I've received a
forms.
lot of things about my car warranty
Oh
and things,
yes.
and I'm like, but I didn't ask for the extended warranty or the gap warranty. And they're like,
Hmm.
if respond within this many days, and I'm like, no more money, no more money for the car. I will
Right.
get it repaired if it needs it.
So there's different things you can do. There is, and we'll put all these in the description, but there's optoutprescreen.com, and this one is free. And this is more for like the credit card. And those are thick, usually
A lot
envelopes.
of
It's a
paper.
lot of paper.
Hmm.
Credit card and insurance mailers. And that's usually 30 to 90 days for them to stop sending you. Of course, it always takes a while.
It takes 30 to 90 days before they stop.
Yes.
Okay, but they will stop
But
for
they will
longer
stop.
than 30 to 90 days. So it'll
Oh,
be
correct. Yes, yes, yes.
great.
That one is, they have a 5 year and then they have a lifetime. So depending on which you want to do.
Very nice.
So I would opt for the lifetime.
Yeah. I don't need 15 credit cards.
No, found the ones I like already. There's also DMA Choice, which is Direct Marketing Association. So dmachoice.org. Now, this one is a $6 processing fee, and this lasts 10 years. But that one is also gets you off of like catalogs and mailing lists and more of those mass
Like the
retailer.
holiday season
Yes.
things, or here's like a new clothing catalog
Mhm.
that you don't have, shopping experience with, but we want you to be our customer.
Right. Another app you can do is called Paper Karma. And so this is a really easy app where what you do is you take a picture of the junk mail and then it takes you to their list. You can put your name in it to unsubscribe and then it takes you off of it.
That's
So
kinda
it's a really
cool.
quick and easy way if you're digitally savvy. Now with them, there is a fee. You get like 4 free trials of, 4 pieces of junk mail to remove, but you can do $4 a month, or you could do $25 for a year, and that would guarantee you to get off the list, because then it's, it takes up to 6 months to get off the lists for their site, or it's $60 for a lifetime. So there is a fee there, but they make it really easy to unsubscribe.
And to those 850
yeah.
pieces of mail that I didn't request or am not
Mhm.
expecting, nor do I want.
Right. And I mean, you can also see it as a really small investment into the environment. Like
Mhm.
I could pay $6, or $60 might be worth, my time plus the
Yeah.
saving the planet, and the environmental impacts.
And it would save my mail person a lot
Yes.
of time to stop at my mailbox whenever I'm like,
Mhm.
no, don't deliver that to me, please.
Something else you can do is, if you don't want to put in any money and you kind of just want to annoy the people that send the mail, so you can write on your envelope, refuse, return to sender. Now, this does not guarantee that you will be removed off the list, but it will send all the mail back and they might get annoyed enough to remove you. But another thing that saves you is the time of having to go through and recycle. Now, that doesn't guarantee it's recycled. They might just throw it in the trash.
Will it get to the
You don't
sender?
know. Yeah. So, but that is
And
another
then it gives
option.
your mail person more work,
More work.
to do.
Yes.
And we know how hard they work.
So again, it might be worth that small monetary investment
Sure.
to opt out of all that junk mail. So plus, I mean, I don't know how many times, not how many times, a couple times, that was an exaggeration, but I've had where we've had such strong wind, it's actually blown open the mailbox
Yeah,
and stuff
it
is
can
flown
happen.
out, and it's just like,
Yeah.
But so that was just one thing. I know we're in the depths of tax season right now, and so there's lots of paper clutter. There's lots of papers around. So this is just one way to minimize the paper clutter in my house, and a system we've done that works. Um, and then again, for your last step, for filing, you could create a folder that's like to file later, or set things aside,
We
or
do
things to
have
process.
we have a filing cabinet in my husband's
Mhm.
office where it's like Courtney medical stuff, or Courtney insurance stuff,
Mhm.
or Courtney, or my son, or our animal, vet bills and things. So we have a place. It's just I don't always take those extra steps.
Right. That's the hard part, the maintain. right?
It's an
So
important part,
it
but a
is.
hard part, yes.
But then that's just setting a time. Maybe we do that in our admin party.
Oh
We
yeah.
take 5 minutes and it's like, go file your paperwork. We could do
Before we can have our dessert,
That's right.
we're gonna go file our paperwork, and then we will do more bills or more planning or more
Yes.
whatever. I like that.
And another thing we've done to organize, like, especially you mentioned like medical paperwork and stuff like that, is we used to have a really big safe that was like a fireproof filing cabinet
yeah,
where we would
yeah.
store everything, right? And we kind of wanted to have an easier access solution
Mhm.
and not have to go digging through because it gets stacked and then harder to move files because when it
Sure.
gets full.
Sure.
But we got a smaller hand carrying safe it's a fireproof bag, so it's a soft space, it's not a
Oh.
hard box, so it's a lot lighter
Huh.
weight. It's fireproof. It has, each of us has our own file in it, and it has our passports, it has birth certificates, it has important medical information,
That's
it
really
has
great.
insurance information, life insurance. So any of like the really major things where it's like a storm's coming, we got to go,
Sure.
or things that we really need protected, we keep separate from our other filing.
I may need
things.
to know where you got that because that's a great idea.
Amazon, I mean, but yeah,
Thank
so
you for having everything we might need or not need and advertising that.
some
yeah.
other random facts too is I know someone in the National Reserves, and she was saying, like, if you have your important papers, like, don't store them in a place where people would think, like in your master closet or your master bedroom, or store it somewhere where people aren't necessarily going to go. Like maybe it's a linen closet or a guest room closet, or somewhere where if
Smart.
someone's a thief coming to look for your home, they're going to go to your master closet for valuables first, or your master bedroom. So there's that. And then also, if you are ever this is a little tangent, but if you ever are in a situation where it is like natural disaster, if there's a flood, if there's hurricanes, if you have important things, actually put it in your dishwasher.
I've heard of this.
Yes.
Yes.
So, because your dishwasher is attached to your home and it's sealed and waterproofed. So even if the water comes up, once it recedes, you'll be able to open it up and everything should be able to be preserved. So that's another quick storm tip.
Yeah. Hopefully, again, we won't have to
Yes.
have these things, but we do know that, Mother Earth is wonderful and ravenous and, changes through the seasons as we are coming into spring and the storm season for many and in the US here. But I love the idea of, having not just the first few steps of your system, but all steps, or finding like a time. For us, it's not every day we're checking the mail, once a week, but maybe there should be like a day or a day of the week or one day in the month where we're actually filing away things, or take 10 minutes in, the day to, get on some of these no thank you mailing lists, or refusing to be on these subscription lists.
Right. And that's something where maybe it's once a week, once a month, you find one or two to get on the unsubscribe list, whether it's in your email or your, physical mail. And then that will start the process of getting you cleared and having less clutter to have to deal with, because man, that paper clutter comes in and it just spreads, it multiplies, it just
well, and I think like you said, like I take it and I put it somewhere, like I do this, I'm very guilty of this. I take it, I put it somewhere in my room, and then it's like, okay, now I have to dig through these 30 envelopes and find that one thing that I thought was important. So if I do take those extra 5 minutes each time I'm sorting through, then I will have a place and a home for everything, and it won't get lost. I'll know where everything is, and less stress in the long run, especially if you're getting those tax documents in throughout the year.
And for me, one of the reasons why like having a shredding bin works so well is because if it's important, I just throw it on top. And then if there's something where it's like, did I pay that bill? Did I not? I can just go through and the newest things on top, and then I can see, and then once it clears, like I'll take it all and shred it all. But
yes, good ideas. I love this, and I love these lists. So again, like Jen said, we're going to take these lists that she's found and these organizations that can help you reduce the junk mail, the subscription mail that comes through that's unwanted, and we're going to list those in our caption here. If you know of any other strategies that's helped you reduce your unwanted papers in your house, or strategies to really get through that in a faster, more efficient way, let us know, because paper clutter is a real thing. And I don't know, we're in the 21st century, but still, it comes in our homes, wanted or not.
Right. And then you had mentioned earlier too, like events or invitations or
Sure.
mailers like that. So one thing I do in my house, if you have there's some really great digital organizers where you can take a picture of it and then it will attach
Mhm.
to the event, and then you can
That's
just
great.
reference it in your phone or on your digital wall calendar. I just do it the old fashioned way, and I'll get a paper clip and I'll paper clip it to the month where the event's happening, and then I know whenever I'm flipping up, I've got the information right there.
That's
So,
great. Yeah. Yeah, I did that today. My son has a birthday party to go to in March.
mhm.
And when we had that, I, took a snapshot of it and then I typed in the address and the date into our digital calendar. And so that way, if I lose that paper, it's a great, beautiful invitation. Thank you, parent, for making that invitation and mailing it to us. But that way, I don't have to have that piece of paper to find my way and the correct time to that event.
Yes, but the biggest takeaway, if you take nothing away from this, don't set aside your mail to do it later. Take care of it as soon as it enters your counter, as soon
Yep.
as it enters your home, and
Mhm.
so it doesn't sit on your counter and just accumulate. Because then once it turns into a bigger pile, it's more overwhelming, and then you have the excuses
Yes.
of I don't have
Yes.
time for this. This is too much. I
Yes.
can't do it right now.
A really great thing to remember is don't put it down, put it away. So
Hmm.
I'm not putting it down here for me to put it away later. I'm just going to take it and put it away right away. I do that with so many other things, but not my paper meal.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure I'm doing that with that routine as well.
And I think a lot of it is you think of paper, it's pretty thin, it's pretty small. Whereas like if it's a big bowl, you're like, oh, that's very large and taking up a lot of my visual space. I'm gonna put this away. Paper seems small, but once it accumulates, it can turn into a
So
much
true.
bigger item.
So
So,
true.
anyways, I hope everybody gets lots of money back this year for their
Yay!
taxes. But hopefully, these strategies, put them in place. Your future self will thank you
Yes.
that this is all ready for you for next year. And yeah, happy paper decluttering.